Welcome, Raider Nation. This is your host, Raider Lee, and you are now back tuned into the Black Hole Hangout, guys. How are you? We are back. New season, new thoughts, new movements, new team. All right, anyway, let's get right back into what we were trying to accomplish last year, and that is to just win, baby. That's all we trying to do is just win, baby. Now, I had a very disappointed time with last season. It was just too much. We clearly was running around with our heads cut off and we didn't know exactly what we were doing. It was a bad season for the Raiders. I take a moment for that, silence for that. It was bad. Now, season starts off now, right? So let's talk about the main components of breaking down our team, seeing if we are going to be even compatible enough to compete with the rest of the teams in the league that are at standard level. And that starts off with the staff. Now, I'm just going to put this out here, guys. Listen, we got Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a legendary quarterback, a remarkable player, legendary icon that has been successful the whole career. Can't take nothing from that. He is part ownership of the Raiders, and he will be putting in a big hand into things that's going on with the Raiders. A lot of our Raider fans are very, very desperate into winning. So some will accept these terms, and we will have to always accept the terms of our owner. And our owner brought him in as part of the Raiders. So now he is part of the Raiders, and we shall obey and obey. Now, let's win. The question is, what would he do? Now, let's go ahead and talk now. We're going to go to the GMs now. They ended up bringing in this gentleman named John Spytek. John Spytek's supposed to be the GM of our franchise team. Not really much I've really heard from him, but he is a teammate. He was a teammate of Tom Brady's at Michigan. But I know one thing, the GM is a very important role, and the last GMs that we had for our organization have either started to help us and just crashed. You could either help us or completely destroy us. This is something that I really need to look at, and I'm just going to be watching. Now, next, the head coach. Now, I like the AP. I'm not going to say too much things bad about AP because I felt like I liked AP. But Pete Carroll is definitely a better head coach. And I like Pete Carroll. See? Pete Carroll's good. You understand what I'm saying? I felt like they did a great job in getting a new head coach. And the head coach that we do have is a great one. I was hoping that, hey, we will keep AP and make him a defensive coordinator. That's what I was thinking. But when I found out we had Patrick Graham, then I said, okay, he's a great defensive coordinator. So I said, okay, another plus. That's a plus sign for Pete Carroll, head coach. That's a plus sign for defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham. Now I said, okay, what are we doing here now? Now we got the guy, Tom, special teams coach. He's good. He's good. I'm fine with the special teams. The special teams probably the only thing good going for us, right? Very pleased with that. Now, offensive coordinator was a nightmare last year, right? Who do we have? We brung in Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly is an upgrade from last year. I'm going to say that. But Chip Kelly is Chip Kelly. All right? He was very successful up to 2013 coming into the NFL. Once he came to the NFL, it just went south. But the thing about him is he has chances to become head coaches. We fire people who just be 1 year. We don't even give them a chance. We just fire them, right? That's how desperate we are. But like I said, that was a head coach position. This now is a coordinator. We kind of like him when he's not actually putting his hands in stuff. Long as he coaches, we are fine. Long as he just coach, do not let him touch personnel. I'm begging you, do not let him do it. Just tell him his job. He has one job, coach. That's it. And I think we will be brilliant because he is offensively, strategically, an expert at what he does. Okay. Now, we have the front of the house all situated and set. We have a new GM, we have a new head coach, we have a new offensive coordinator, we have a new defensive coordinator, and we have a new part ownership a player that's a legendary player, right? So what's going to happen? That's the key. What we have done in the off season for the front of the house, I would have to give it an A+. Excellent job. I like the staffing they hired. I like the coaches. I like what the Las Vegas Raiders have done in their front of the house. I had to make this video because the front of the house, I think, was an excellent choice. So we're going to see what happens. But the staffing that he put together was remarkable. I think that they sat and they really thought and assessed what we needed. I think the front of the house staffing was excellent. Guys, tell me what you think about the front of the house staffing with the coaches and all the new additions when it comes to the coaches and ownership. Front of the house. Down below, send a message. Give comments, thoughts, and concerns with the movements that we have been doing at our front of the house. Until then, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Black Hole Hangout. I'm your host, Raider Lee. See you again.